couple days ago, Sneako said Jesus was a Palestinian. Now, I've heard this claim made by the woke types. Jesus was a Jewish Palestinian, blah, 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 right? Like it's like they're trying to sound like progressive. People talk about if you're debating Jesus or the historical Jesus, they say he was in the land of Palestine. They won't call it Israel, they say Palestine, like the scholarly elites, right? So sure enough, Sneako tweets this, and then the community guideline people on Twitter corrected him. Jesus was born in Roman-controlled Judea. Name Palestine was not yet in use. The province was renamed as Syria-Palestine a century later. And some 500 years after that, Arabians conquered the land and settled there. There is zero legitimacy behind Sneako's claim.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
That's great.
So Sneako gets corrected on X by the community guideline system where people can correct other misinformation, right? And now scroll down and watch him double down on this. Same place, different name. Jesus was Palestinian. Jesus was Muslim.
Muslim. Also, can we appreciate the name of this place called Community Notes Violating People? So they catch all these times that the Community Notes dunks on somebody.
But they did it again.
Yo. And
Ain't
again,
that good?
readers added context they thought you might want to know. Islam originated in 610 AD. Jesus was neither Palestinian nor Muslim.
Make sure you rate that as helpful for me real quick. Rate it. And so they added a whole bunch of sources. Yeah, just check all of them. All of them, yeah. So after being corrected twice about basic freaking geopolitical history of this region, twice, he's political. And by the way, Sneako is the same guy that on October 7th, oddly enough, tweeted Allah Akbar.
Yikes.
That's what Sneako tweeted on October 7th. Something pretty terrible happened on October 7th, and that was his only response, was Allah Akbar. Now scroll down and watch him double down on it a third time. Okay, so this is him. Sneako defends his position at Jews. So he is in somewhere in the Middle East with some oil billionaires or some billionaires. I don't know if they're oil billionaires. And he has he's doing his in real life streaming now. And he has a thing where he goes, this is why you got to build a personal brand. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a personal brand. I'm hanging out with a billionaire, right? It's like, you know how these folks got their billions, right? It wasn't because they like built a product that solved people's problems or like created.
They didn't read $100 million offers by Alex Hormozy?
Yeah, they didn't read $100 million by Alex Hormozy. This is all Saudi oil money for the most part, you know. And so he's hanging out with this guy, and he doubles down again in his live stream. He doubles down again. Now, first of all, kudos to Sneako for tweeting while he's live streaming 24 hours a day or however many hours a day. It's phenomenal. So now listen to him double down on this claim yet again.
Jesus was a Muslim. I know you're Catholic. He was. He can't be a Christian. How could Jesus be a Christian? You can't follow yourself. Jesus Christ is last.
Pause. Can you imagine having the goal to sit next to a Catholic and say that to their face?
Yeah.
Jesus was a Muslim.
Also, like, zero understanding of your own, theoretically, he's Muslim, your own religion's history, like even just timeline-wise.
Yeah.
While wearing that. You know what I'm saying? You can't follow yourself.
Right.
That's amazing.
Go ahead.
I say, I follow me. You don't follow yourself. That doesn't make any sense. He wasn't Jewish religiously because he believed in heaven and hell. His belief system did not follow the Jewish faith. So what they have this
So he's getting at, like, some Jews don't believe in a literal heaven or hell. Some don't. Some do. So Judaism is not a monolithic position. There's ultra-Orthodox, there's Reformed Orthodox, there's Orthodox. There's a wide spectrum of Jewish theology and schools of thought, right? Mm-hmm. So to try to like make Jewish people this monolith that all believe the same thing is just nonsense. I wouldn't say it's as diverse as Christianity, but it's definitely as diverse, if not more diverse than Islam in terms of all the different positions in Judaism. And if you ever had any Jewish friends, you would know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this whole idea that like Jews, all of them don't believe in heaven or hell is, I think, nonsense. Go ahead.
Exception. Jesus is a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. That can't be true because he believed in heaven and hell. Okay. And then you say
Jews being Jewish is an ethno religion.
Yeah.
You can convert to being Jewish, and you're Jewish.
Yep.
To them, like people don't know this. You can convert to being Jewish and become an Israeli citizen.
According to the halakhic definition, a person is Jewish if their mother is Jewish or if they convert to Judaism. Orthodox Jews do not recognize the conversion performed by Reform or Conservative Judaism. However, the law provides that any Jew, regardless of affiliation, may migrate to Israel and claim citizenship.
So I was right.
Can we become Messianic? Oh, is it like Rabbi Eduardo?
No, no, they don't consider Messianic Jews. It's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty loose.
So they got to convert to Jew. Orthodox Jews do not recognize conversions performed by Roman or Conservative Judaism. Orthodox Jew. What does that mean? Regardless of affiliation. So any type of Jewish except Messianic.
They're saying Orthodox Jews don't recognize certain forms of conversion, but the law does, essentially.
Yeah, the law does.
Jesus was a Christian. Christianity is based on the fact that he died for his sins.
You can't be a Christian if the freaking religion is based on you. What are you saying, Sneako? You can't be a Christian if your name is in the name of the religion. Christian, little Christ, we are emulating Jesus. Jesus is God Almighty. Jesus is Yahweh.
His logic you could use for literally every single religion.
Gosh, this is
Buddha wasn't Buddhist because he didn't invent Buddhism yet.
All right, go ahead.
When the whole religion is based upon him dying. So he must be a Muslim because in the Bible and the Quran, Jesus put his head to the floor and prostrated and prayed like a Muslim do. And you ask like, oh, but...
That is so funny.
First of all, how do you know he put his head to the floor and prostrated? Because the Quran tells you so?
That's the Muslim version of like Christians thinking that if you do a yoga pose, you're gonna like catch a demon.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you pray the way Muslims pray,
if you're a Christian, you've ever gardened or prayed on your knees, you're Muslim. Those two things.
Islam was created 500 years later. The definition of Muslim means one who serves God. Jesus served God. He was spreading God's message. Muslim, by definition, does not specifically mean Quran. It means...
No. Muslim means you believe that Muhammad is the final prophet. You can't be a Muslim without acknowledging that.
There's a little bit more...
But it's more than just one that prostrates before God. That's it? Yeah. Well, what if I prostrate before God, but I reject Muhammad and I reject the Quran? I'm not a Muslim.
One who serves God. And Jesus did. He prayed just like one, and he did the bidding of God. He was a slave for God, just like a Muslim was.
I want to hear what his Catholic friend had to say.
Sneako has had a lot of bad takes. That far trumps them all. That's the worst take I've ever heard from this man.
He's just freestyling.
He's just saying stuff, bro.
He's just freestyling in Muslim garb.
He's just saying stuff. It's so bad. That is so bad. I wish that he would be humble enough to just sit and talk with some real Christians, like some educated Christians. That would be my only hope for him. Not that would move the needle.
Yeah, but you can hope.
John McCrae did an amazing job completely correcting him on a bunch of different things. You guys should go watch that video if you haven't. Sneako, if you're watching this, man, please just stop, bro. You're an entertaining streamer. Just be that. Just be that, bro. You're an entertaining streamer. Like, be an entertainer. You're entertaining. You get that. Okay, shout out to your Rumble. He gets mad when people don't reference his Rumble. Shout out to his Rumble.
Really?
Yeah. Rumble.com/Sneako. There, I did it. You got it. All right, you got it. But just stop with the cosplay, please.
We see according to the Bible that prayer is extremely important in terms of us being transformed from the inside out when we get aligned with God's will. For the Christians watching this channel, I want you guys to implement these spiritual disciplines in your day-to-day life. And the only way I've been able to do this consistently is through writing down my prayers in a prayer journal that does a few things. One, it allows me to reflect and come to God humbly and ask him to move on my behalf. And two, it allows me to document my prayers, which ultimately help me remember the very things that I was praying for and see the hand of God tangibly in my life when he answers them. So I would urge you, consider writing down your prayers. It could be in a blank notebook. It could even be on your phone. Or you could check out the one I personally designed and used from my own quiet time and spiritual discipline that I think will be a huge blessing. It's the exact structure and system that I've used for years to pray and be more consistent in my spiritual disciplines. You can pick yours up today by clicking the link in the pinned comment below. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.